Not now. Why not for so long?
Well, the fall.
It's morning again in America.
From Atlantis was a big, played a big part in that. When we fell from fifth dimensional consciousness into the lower third dimension, which is where we were now, we lost a great deal of our abilities to pass holograms back and forth. We lost the ability to live for 10,000 years. We lived a very, very long time. And we had abilities, the society that we had back in Atlantean times, which is way before pre-dynastic. If there are certain films that really wink at that and show you exactly what it looked like in terms of the architecture, the artwork, the music. There are things that we don't have in existence because our technology hasn't caught up. So there are abilities that we lost through that fall. We also have had cataclysmic events like the KT extinction level event. We've had 3 different floods on the planet. We've had polar shifts on the planet. Every time the planet is dealt a specific blow that is to that magnitude, it affects the humans, unfortunately, because it causes us to recede and take 10 steps backwards, only to have to kind of crawl back to where we were. So the intelligence that we once had has been lost. And, it's up to people like myself, to people like yourself, to expose people to those realities so that people don't waste their time by allowing themselves to be dumbed down and accepting subpar spirituality or Cardi B consciousness or anything that's not going to be friendly to your evolution.
So we're going back to this fifth dimension?
God, buy the TV, man. Subscribe.
Now that we were once in when we were doing all these things?
Well, here's the thing about that. What's funny is we have all of the technology already. We have teleportation. We have time travel. We have the Mandela effect that shows that there are alternate realities that are bleeding into one. We have the ability to have artificial intelligence. We have a lot of things that the government is waiting for society to demand it that will basically solve starvation overnight. If you have a portal that can be opened through teleportation, you can immediately get aid to where it needs to be in a nanosecond. So there is enough resources and richness to make everybody a millionaire on the planet. We do have that kind of abundance, but unfortunately, they may say the cabal or the powers that be, which are a few families of which we all know, and I don't want to call any names, they have the spirit of lack. And because they have that, they're not going to relinquish the trillions and quadrillions of dollars that they have. They'll never be able to spend it, but because they have the spirit of lack, they're not going to let anybody else have it outside of their family.
Indeed. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's just real interesting watching all these movies and see how we naturally gravitate to these movies. See how a 3-year-old loves to be Superman, loves to pretend like he could fly, or whatever superhero character they love to be. Is just we're just drawn to these characters as if there's something inside of us that can relate to it that we aren't consciously aware of.
Absolutely. I'm happy to have to say this too, because I didn't know if you want to take it there, but the Black Panther movie, I'm so elated to see these, Ryan Coogler did a great job in making sure that he stuck to the script. And, this is not a disrespect to anyone else, but we really needed that adrenaline boost for darker complected people, not having any weaves, a really strong sense of unity. And I think that the movie is accepted and doing so well for a few different reasons, because it's something that's a long time in the making. I do feel like the ancestor realm had a big hand in having this movie be as successful as it was, because, they have the ability to get their message out in a very unique way. I think also that black people, melanated people, we don't want to say black, right? But melanated people needed something to adhere to that shows that there's something far greater than what we've been celebrating. And the success of this movie is going to make a way for part 1, 2, and 3. And it's also, Hollywood is so fickle that they're going to want to have more movies just like this. So I'm very hopeful to see what comes as a result of the success of this kind of movie. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, see it. I've seen it twice. I'm going to see it again because I want to see more of some of the things that I didn't see. And stay to the very, very end because there's a surprise at the end when you think it's all over. It's really not. Did you see the... you haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah, I seen it.
Did you stay to the very, very end?
I thought I did, but I didn't.
Okay, so I won't spoil it for you. But yeah, don't walk out until that's it, until there's nothing on the screen. You know, you might see something that'll be like, wow.
Oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, no, I was about to say this is one of the few movies for those who haven't seen it. I haven't seen a movie that, first of all, the movie theater's overpriced, I feel, and I think it's like $25 in New York or something like that. Popcorn $8.
Really?
So I don't go to the movies a lot. I'll wait till Netflix or something like that. But this is the first movie in over a decade where I will go spend money to watch it 3-4 times in a movie theater. I mean, I don't care how much it costs to see this movie. That's how good it was. and I seen it late, so I was like, is it really just hype? Are the people really just gassing it up? Or is it really this good, man? It's really that good.
It really is. It's funny because we were in Egypt and there were some of my Galacticans that, we had kind of like a free night. They all went to go see it in Egypt. So, subtitles and everything. But there's something very magical about this movie. And I have to shout out Forrest Whitaker. If you go back to his Oscar speech, he does have Ashe, and that's all I'll say about that. But he took that Oscar and he said, I want to dedicate this, and I'm paraphrasing, so, don't staple me to it. But he acknowledged the ancestors. And then he said, I'm going to take this award with me to the end of this lifetime, into the next lifetime. Good night. And then he exited off. And when he did that, it was such a great check to spirituality. And I also believe that because his presence is in that movie, he brought all of that ability to do ritual along with everybody else and helped to make this movie a success. I also believe that the gods Bastet, Hanuman, and Sekhmet also have their energy on the success of this movie just by virtue of them being mentioned. I would have liked to have seen this movie be more celestial in terms of having their presence in the movie. So if you guys are watching an MCU, Marvel Universe, take my advice and reach out to me and I'll tell you how to do it. But I would really like to see the presence of Bast herself or Hanuman in the next movie because that would take it to a whole nother level. And I think the consciousness of the world is ready to see the gods appear in movies. Just like Thor and Odin and everybody else, we need to see our melanated gods present in these movies as well, not just spoken about.
Indeed. Wow, man. Well, I definitely enjoyed the conversation, my brother, as always, man. It's just, I get a certain energy when I interview you, my brother. It's an energy where it's an energy of excitement. My GPS, my spiritual GPS goes because I know I'm getting ready to have a fun interview, a good interview. So it's always a pleasure interviewing you. I appreciate the work that you do for the people with the seminars that you have. I mean, from what I hear from the people, they're life-changing. So definitely continue to do them. The flyer, the brother actually advertises in the beginning of every video. So if you want to see the flyers for it, I'll put it up during the course of the video, but they're also at the beginning of the video and at the end of the video, so you'll see them on other videos as well. But one more time, my brother, could you leave your information so that people could get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Once again, thank you for having me on the platform. It's always a pleasure to be here and just have a casual conversation. You can reach me and our movement. It's a movement that belongs to all the like-minded people who want to see a change in the world and who want to be the change that they want to see. Galacticus.com, GALIGHTICUS. We're present on Instagram, Facebook, Our events page has the cachet of all of the things that we'll be doing next. I invite all of you who don't have your Kundalinis activated to come March the 31st in Rosemont, Illinois. And we'll be having the Sequence of Power seminar the next day in the Chicago O'Hare, which is 7 minutes away from that airport, April the 1st. And then we will be in Toronto, Canada. Shout out to Novia, my Kleinmont, one of my beautiful students who is facilitating this. And we will be doing the Angels, Gods, and Altars seminar. That is everything, anything, and everything again that you need to know about the altar, how to build it, how to use it, how to get the most out of it. That's going to be April the 14th, I believe. And we'll also be doing another Kundalini Reiki. We'll be doing the light body, and this is something I'm very happy to announce. We'll be doing, for the first time, the Golden Chariot, which is the Rolls Royce of Merkabas. And it's a light body program that will be an entire weekend, September the 27th, 28th, and the 29th. We don't have a location yet, but that event is on Eventbrite as well. You can start making your plans for that. The dates are written in stone. And we're looking for all of you who want the Sequence of Power seminar to come to London, England. Let us know. You can reach out to us on the website at galactickiss@gmail.com.